Hey, this is just a random video I want to put up because I told you guys that I'm gonna make an announcement too after I'm done because I know a lot of y'all listen to these videos about this channel. So I was thinking about Xbox and PlayStation and Nintendo and the Steam machine if it comes out and the Project Helix and all that kind of stuff and PlayStation 6 and all that kind of stuff and all that. Guess what? I support all of them. Every damn one of them. I really do. And I really wish we could go back to exclusivities. I really do. I wish Xbox would just make an announcement saying after this year we're just taking everything off everybody's site. But Microsoft made a mistake with that Bethesda deal, and they just maybe Microsoft is trying to kill themselves off. It could be. Um, but I really like it. The reason why I'm saying this is because when I bought that Steam Deck, it opened up my eyes to a lot of things. There's a lot of games on in that Steam. You know, when I bought the Steam Deck, and that you buy all those games on that. Is it Steam? That Steam site. Every time I get in front of this camera, I can't think where you buy all those games off the Steam Deck. But I found a lot of games that it just blew my mind. I didn't know PC had that many. I didn't know PC had that many games. And the reason why I'm bringing PC up because I never hear PC complain about stuff. To me, I could be wrong, but you know, I'm sitting here saying to myself, if Microsoft could just stop this dumb stuff that they're doing and just say, let's say they go, now listen to me, and I understand they can't do it. I understand they're greedy. Everybody's greedy, greedy, greedy. Sony is greedy too, but Sony's just like, you know what? We're gonna take our, I think online games like Marathon and stuff like that. I understand that Marathon and Helldivers and stuff like that. Everybody could play together, but exclusives, man, I miss the exclusives. You know why I say this? Because why is it that I had no problem buying a PlayStation 3 and a PlayStation and an Xbox 360? Why is it that I didn't have no problem doing that? Why is it that I didn't have no problem buying a Nintendo? Why is it that I dipped my toe into getting a Steam Deck? And why is it that I like all of them? But yet you got everybody that just hates this one, hates that one over that one. I don't get it. Why am I making this video? Because I was sitting there saying to myself, now watch this. This is just, I'm saying this as an example. So let's just say Sony is the top dog and Nintendo is the top dog. And let's say Sony has 450 million people that likes the PlayStation 5, that likes the PlayStation upcoming 6. 450 million people. I'm just using this as an example. Microsoft sit there and go, well, we don't have that. We almost have maybe a million, if that. So they're in their little group says, well, if we go back to exclusivity and we're coming out with that $1,200 Helix, let's just see how much they really like us. Let's just say, let us try to conform to those diehard people. Maybe we'll bring some people back. Some of these YouTube channels that used to have a YouTube channel just built on the Xbox, maybe we can get them back to supporting us again. And let's take all our exclusives and put them back on the exclusive, back to the Xbox platform. And then we'll be Microsoft exclusives, Nintendo exclusives, PlayStation exclusives, and the PC. I don't know why everybody just can't just get along. How come we just can't get along, you guys? You don't have to play everything on everything. I don't want to do that. I like buying a new system and seeing what that. I mean, there's a difference between all these games and all these companies. You know, I don't know, you guys. I just don't get it. I know Microsoft made a mistake, a ton of them, and I know they just if they could just put out two bangers, man. Two bangers and get their footing back. But I just have a funny feeling maybe they're just trying to kill themselves off. I get it. I get it. Nobody likes the Xbox anymore. I get it. This is not by Xbox. I was Bible studying this morning. I was looking at my PlayStation 5 and my Xbox 360, my PlayStation 3, and my Xbox Series X, and my Nintendo, and then my Steam Deck, and I was like looking at all my games on my shelf. I said to myself, "Dang, Vic, you never really had that argument about exclusivities. It's just you want to play this game, you got to play it on this system. You want to play this game, you got to play it on that system." I don't know, man. It's just a random video I'm putting up. I ain't putting that many videos up, by the way. I'm gonna put up a video when I feel like putting up a video, when I'm feeling it. And this one I'm feeling. My YouTube channel's never gonna be big, and I don't really know what I want to do with this YouTube channel anyway, because sometimes I get burnt out on YouTube. I don't even want to turn on TV sometimes, because it's just, you guys, when you buy these smartphones and these super smart TVs, they're just a big advertisement board. It's like a computer. It's like my I wanted this TV so bad, but it's like a advertisement billboard. This phone is a year old, and it's like I can't even. It's like I try to like get rid of stuff, and it just keeps more stuff just popping up. It's like advertisement little phone. It's almost like you missed you missed the old days where you just had a flip. You had a flip, you didn't have all that. Anyway, you guys, like I said, my videos are a little odd. I just wish Microsoft would just try to see who really, really likes them and try to budget to that people, and maybe things will grow. But I just don't think, people are playing games like they used to, because everybody that played games back in the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation 2, all those people are in their 40s. I'm 60 something. So I mean, I'm late to the game, but a lot of people that are in their 30s, man. My son still plays. My older son don't play like he used to, but my son plays. My other son plays, but they're getting older, and people just don't have that much time to play games. So you got all these companies. They got to deal with that, because I don't think my grandkids play video games like kids that was. These people that was 40 years old, almost 50 back in the day, when they had all Dreamcast and what's all those game systems that some of them ain't around no more. You had Dreamcast, you had Ataris, you had I can't think of the names, but anyway, a lot of these people are in their 40s, heading towards 50. Really, all my kids are in their 30s. Even they don't play video games like they used to. I'm just saying that. I'm just thinking that, man, it's just different to me. I just think that, I think Microsoft, if they didn't do that $60 billion for that Bethesda thing, man, it'd be nice if we can go back to the old school thing, man. Because only reason why I'm saying this, you guys, I'm just talking about my perspective. I have no problem supporting different things. I really don't. Just don't bother me, man. I ain't gonna lie, I love all these. I always liked electronics when I was a kid, but electronics was like dinosaurs when I was a little kid. But I was always excited about turn on and looking at this thing light up and stuff. And it was made by human beings, but God is the one that gives you the ability to build things, But that's a different story. But I don't know, you guys. I said, man, what if Microsoft says, let's just find out who really likes this, man. A lot of people's like, well, I ain't paying no $1,200 for the Helix, whatever that thing's called, Project Helix and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I hear you, but I've heard a lot of people pay for stuff, and they tell me, oh, I know I shouldn't have paid that much, but I want it. I still say people's going to buy that Helix, man. I really do. It's like the Steam machine. I had somebody tell me I'm not buying that Steam machine. I don't blame him, because he likes his PS5 Pro. So when somebody says that, I don't blame him. So I can't sit back and say, well, why you don't want to buy that why do you want to buy that Steam machine? They just freaking told you they just didn't want to buy the Steam machine. They didn't say, I hate the Steam machine, or it's this and that. They just say, hey, I'm not interested in the Steam machine. I'm into my PS5 Pro, and I'll most likely buy a PS6. See, there's nothing wrong with that. And then you got people like me. which I can't justify buying anything else because I have enough stuff in here that's not even being played yet. I got games that's not even opened up. I got games I'm in the middle of, and I got systems here that's not even being fired up for a while. And then I'll fire them up, then I'll play them, and then I don't play them. Then they sit. And then you got spring coming. Then you got summer coming. You know, I'm gonna be outside a lot. It's daylight saving time thing, man. Lose an hour, gain an hour. I wish they leave time alone. And we should just be on standard time. That's it. Quit messing with our sleep patterns. We got, you got an internal clock inside your body. Your body is made a certain way. It's designed for, your body's designed for the sun. It's designed for the sun. That's why you sleep. That's why you lose sleep. That's why when they mess with the time, they're messing with your internal clock. Our bodies is used to whatever the sun was supposed to be doing to the earth to make you get your sleep patterns. This is all man's doings. But I don't know, you guys. It's just a random video I'm putting up. I was reading my Bible scriptures this morning, and I just was looking at my reason why I was looking at I was wanting to play. I get these TVs, man, that you buy, even the newer ones, man. They don't come with 4 HDMI ports. They only come with 3. But I think this one's got 4. But I got a sound bar, and the sound bar has to plug into one of them. So that put me down to 3. But I got all these multiple game systems, so I have to use this HDMI splitter. So I just realized I had one yesterday, and I said, oh, I got one. I had one sitting right there on the entertainment system. I was like, wow. And then I got on YouTube, YouTube, and there was a quick video about how to use it. It was just simply plug it into the HDMI and then put the 2 on the end, and then you just punch the button. I was like, really? Is that simple? I had a thing sitting there that whole time. So I hooked it up to my Xbox Series X, and I had bought a brand new, kind of medium expensive 4K player. I always wanted the 4K actual Blu-ray player, and I got it. And that bad boy is nice. So I needed an HDMI cable. Then I bought these 2 HDMI cables that was top quality cables, and so I hooked it up and everything worked. And I was like, let me see this. And I punched, I hit that little button. It clipped over to the Xbox Series X. And I hit the button again. It clicked over to my brand new 4K, actual 4K player. And it'll play Blu-rays too, but it's just a 4K player. I always wanted the actual setup when I bought this TV last year. But you guys, really quick, I don't want to make this a long video. I'm speaking of myself, Yeah, I get it. Sony don't have to worry about what Microsoft is doing. Microsoft went and spent all that money and all that kind of stuff, but I really wish Microsoft would just cut their losses and go, you know what, we got almost 1 million people that really likes us. We know we got 1 million Xbox. I don't even think they got 1 million Xbox 360s out there. I think they got it's in the hundreds of thousands compared to PlayStation millions of millions, and Nintendo's millions of millions, and then you got the PC. But again, I just said everything. You got all these systems, all these different things, man, and it just makes no sense to me because at the end of the day, you guys, we have so many games that we can play. I just don't understand why companies just can't be separated from each other, except for the for like Helldivers and Marathon and stuff like that. I understand that, but I back up Sony. I really do. I back up Sony for the exclusives. I really do. I back up Sony for exclusives. I back up Nintendo for what they're doing. I back up the PC people. You know why? Because the fact that they don't bitch that much. Pardon my French. I just don't hear them talking that much. I know they always say, you should just get a console. I don't like that. Because that's like telling somebody, oh man, I like to go bike riding. They go, why do you want to bike ride when you can just drive your car? I just freaking told you I want to go bike riding. I don't want to drive my car. I want to exercise. See the difference here? So when people do that, it's like, dude, enjoy your stuff. Just because somebody wants to do this and do that, don't try to. I like a console because it's just economic. It's just plugging in, it updates, and boom, you're ready to go. PC, man, you got a lot of stuff to do. PC is off the hook, though. Don't get me wrong. But see how I just did that? I like everything. I'm just fast. I go to somebody that's got a PC hookup. I'm like, damn, man, this thing is nice. Wow. I'm like, oh, and then they just explain to me everything, and I'm just fascinated. I don't ever sit there and go, well, man, you think you ought to just get rid of all this and just get a console? You see how stupid that sounds? Anyway, you guys, I was just looking at my sister and I said, damn, Vic, you ain't got no problem. If let's just say if Microsoft went back to, I really wish everybody just go back to just being the way they were, but it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I mean, it ain't going to happen. It's unfortunate. It ain't going to happen. It's a shame. I still say if Microsoft would just cut their losses and say, hey, we got like 900,000 people that's got 900,000 Xboxes in their house. Maybe we just go back and just cut our losses and just make the games. Because if they say they go in exclusive and they go back to exclusives, you draw a lot of those people back. Now, ain't nobody going to go out and buy no Xbox Series X, especially with them jacking up the prices. But what people fail to realize is that your phone, you pay a lot for your cell phone. These cell phones that are nothing but little trackers that's hooked up to your body, and it seems like they got things in there that listens to your brain when you think all day, because every time I think about something, it seems something pops up on my phone. I find that a little odd. But y'all be dropping some money for these cell phones, but you don't think nothing about that. And you know what your biggest thing you'll say? Well, I make payments. The fuck? Seriously? You making payments on the phone that cost, but y'all gonna complain about how much you pay for computers and what them things called RAM and all that kind of stuff. It just freaks me out when I hear people talk. I'm like, you got $1,500 sitting on your side of you got $1,500 right there on your side. You know how they carry their little phone in their pocket and stuff? No, don't get me wrong. I ain't saying all phones cost that much, but some of these phones are expensive. Like this phone I got, it's expensive. I mean, I was looking at cell phones. I was like, dang, man, that's expensive for a cell phone. Because some cell phones are $900. Some cell phones are like freaking $1,000, man. If you just buy it outright. But yeah, y'all gonna complain about these computers that you want to play on and have fun on. I just don't get it. And then y'all know that these companies are just hogging up RAM and hogging up this, and everybody wants to do AI. Of course, everything's gonna cost. Like, for instance, if I want something, I'm gonna buy it. It's just that simple. If somebody says, yeah, I don't know, Vic, man, that's expensive, man. You know, the RAM. But I'm like, well, I got the money and I really want it. And I do realize that 2 years ago, I would not have paid near as much. But since all these huge companies all over the world, not just here in the United States, are buying up all the RAM and all the chips and all this, and everybody's being greedy, not to mention everybody's fighting each other and stuff, getting mad about some stupid stuff, and the tariffs and stuff, of course everything's going to go up. So if you want something, you're just going to have to swallow your pride and buy it, because I don't think there's going to be anytime soon any of this stuff's going to go down. It's as simple as that. I just don't get it, man. You want to wait 2 or 3 years? Maybe there might be a slight sale, or maybe something drastic will happen where all this stuff will stop. But this AI is messing y'all up, messing a lot of us up. And for those who got their own system in their house and got plenty of things to play for, then good on you. But I don't know. Hope this video makes sense. God bless. We'll catch you next video. We'll see you.